Hello, YouTube. How are y'all doing today? I'm back. I'm still sick, but I'm glad to be back. Yes, I don't feel good, but it's okay. I'm having allergy problems, but I'm hanging in there. Yesterday, I just felt like I felt terrible. I still feel sick today, but I'm much better. And I miss you all, so I wanted to come back. So I'm back. This is Life Under Trump, part 74. Yes, Life Under Trump, part 74. That's what we're watching today. Life Under Trump, part 74. Yes, we are. So, a lot has been going on. The Dems are really fed up with what's happening. The Republicans act like they don't see what is going on. Hey, Queen Tia, how you doing? I'm back. I was sick yesterday. I still don't feel well, but I was missing you all, and I hate to lose my audience that I'm trying to build. But Elon, he's still running things. Him and Trump did a interview on the news and let Donald Trump tell it that Elon doesn't work for DOGE. He's just a patriot. They need to make their mind up because first it was being said that Elon is running DOGE. Now it's being said that Elon is a patriot. Which one is it? I really want to know. Which one is it? Can y'all hear me, Tia? Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? So we got a lot to cover. This is Life Under Trump, part 74. I feel like Donald Trump is still living a life of being on reality TV. We're living a real life. This is our true reality. He's getting richer, and the people are becoming less fortunate each day. They're taking away their benefits, food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare. People haven't got their tax money yet. A lot is going on. Right now, Elon has got a hold to the IRS information. Not only did he pull our stuff from the Treasury, but now he even have all our IRS information. He doesn't need that. Donald Trump, you just said he's a patriot. You said he's not running DOGE, which DOGE didn't even get voted in through Congress. So how is all of this happening? It's so strange that this is happening in our country, y'all. This is crazy. Oh, you got 2 pages, Till? Okay. But this is like complete crazy what is going on in our country. This should not be going on, y'all. We are in a ruckus right now, our country. We got to fight to survive what is happening. Other countries are even rooting for us. They are against Elon and Donald Trump as well. And as I told you all last week, that they have started the filings for impeachment. I was about to say eviction, y'all. That's the same pretty much, huh? But yeah, we're gonna get started, okay? Just a moment. I'm back. I'm still sick, but I missed y'all, and I would hate to lose the audience that I am building because a YouTube channel is something you have to really work hard on it. And it's not simple like people think. They just think you get on here, you just talk. It ain't that simple. You have to build your channel. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel right now. Hit that like button for me, please.
Found some potentially massive fraud. Oh wait, it looks like it's from you. So the DOGE team has promised for a while that they were going to put up examples of the spending that they had cut and the savings that they had brought Americans on their website. So they finally put up their first example, and you got to check this out. This post is from Jamie Dupree. He writes, the DOGE team is finally posting examples of where they've cut spending. This one claims $8 billion in savings. You can see the $8 billion in big numbers right over there. But if you look at the fine print in the upper right, it's a contract that is instead valued at $8 million. Let me just zoom in for you so you can see what it actually reads on the contract, $8 million. And by the way, that's a ceiling. That's the most that the contract could potentially be valued. It also looks like this is a multi-year contract. But here's where the fraud comes in. So when journalists pointed this out, it appears that DOGE tried to cook the books in order to change the actual numbers. Jamie Dupree followed up writing, the top is what it looked like a few hours ago. Now someone has gone in and changed 8 million to 8 billion in the FPDS system. Also, the dates are now different. And you can see here that magically that $8 million is now $8 billion. Then when DOGE was called out for that, they changed the website to remove the screenshot entirely. Now, first off, this should have been apparent that this was BS on its face. What small business is possibly getting $8 billion from the government? But we thought, you know what, let's investigate this. Let's reach out to the company.
Sorry, y'all, it froze for some reason. Let's give it a moment.
And see what they have to say. Is DOGE lying about this? So guess what? We did. So here's what the company told us. D&G Support Services, doing business as D&G Solutions, acknowledges that the previously reported contract value of $8 billion was incorrect. This discrepancy appears to have resulted from a clerical error in the original government filing upon contract award. The contract value had a ceiling, $8 million. D&G is proud to maintain long-term
contracts. Thank you, King Spencer. Thank you. It froze again. Hold on. Let me see why it's freezing. That is weird. I hope it doesn't continue to keep freezing. But anyway, what DOGE has been doing, they claim it's fraud, but DOGE is the fraud. Trump is the fraud. Elon is the fraud. They're cooking the books, and that is illegal. That's what bookies do. The mob do. Donald Trump want to be a boss so bad. They're cooking the books. That is so terrible because it hurt us as Americans. They're taking what they're doing. They're taking funding from people that need the funding and putting it where they're gonna get funded for it themselves. So you saw he demonstrated how they took money, then they went back and said it was, instead of 8 million, they put 8 billion. And then once they realized people noticed what they were doing, they went in there and they removed the whole thing and only have the 8 billion. Thank you for the hearts. Thank y'all so much. I'm sick, but I'm coming in here for y'all. I love y'all. But they're cooking the books. We already knew that the crime mob boss, Donald Trump, is a con. We're learning about Elon Musk because he's a welfare queen. Anytime you're receiving free money from the government, you might as well be on food stamps, baby, because you're getting welfare from the American government. But Elon sits and criticizes people and talk about they need to go back to the office and work, that people shouldn't be working from home. Elon, you work from home. Make sense with this, okay? I'm sorry, y'all sound funny. Let me drink some water. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, how you doing, AC? Hey, I miss you. AC says from the outside, America looks so bad. It really looks bad. It really does. And it's getting worse each day. Every day I'm looking at things so I can come on here and tell you all what's going on. It's getting worse every day. Hit that like button for me, please. And Trump think he can just overpower Zelensky and just hand over their land to Putin. That is not how it works. That is a whole nother country. Putin has Russia, and Donald Trump, you're supposed to be over America. You work for the American people, but he has become so involved with worried about other countries. He has not been doing what he promised the American people he would do.
Seeing a lot of disinformation, and it's coming from Russia. We understand this, and we have proof that these figures are being discussed between America and Russia. Unfortunately, President Trump, with all due respect for him as the leader of a nation that we respect greatly, the American people, is living in this disinformation space. We are seeing a lot of disinformation, and it's coming from Russia. We understand this, and we have proof that these figures are being discussed between America and Russia. Unfortunately, President Trump, with all due respect for him as the leader of a nation that we respect greatly, the American people, is living in this disinformation space. We are seeing a lot of disinformation, and it's coming from Russia. We understand this, and we have proof.
You can't take a country and just hand it over to Russia. Russia is our number one enemy. America and Russia do not see eye to eye. But Donald Trump, he admires Putin, y'all. I don't know why, but he admires Putin, and Putin is a dangerous man. Donald Trump does not know what he's coming up against. Putin is not his friend. Putin is no one's friend. Putin is for himself. Although he is a strong man with a strong hold on our person in the Oval Office, we're in trouble, America.
This man is all of us.
People who come to work for the federal government, if you're a cabinet official, you have to go through these big hearings. A lot of people have to do background checks. A lot of people have to go through security checks. They get security clearance. What kind of background checks or transparency into the background of Mr. Musk or the people that are working for him has been done? Do you know, Mr. DeBlanc?
I don't know the background checks. I know President Trump had an electoral mandate to create.
No, I understand but he has his electoral mandate to hire cabinet officials, but they have to go through hearings and things like. Mr. Senator, you know how these people were vetted?
No.
Mr. Lodwood, do you know how they were vetted?
No.
Ms. Kochelecek, do you know how they were vetted?
We have not looked at these specific individuals.
Ms. Olson, do you know how they were vetted?
No.
What kind of access does Mr. Musk and his team have? What kind of changes they've been making to the computer programs? How many of those changes to computer programs are permanent? And how will that affect people going forward? Mr. LeBlanc, what's he doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
You don't know.
I think
Okay,
he's
Mr.
looking
Sepp, do you
at.
know what he's doing?
No.
Mr. Lodwood, do you know what he's doing?
It'll be inappropriate of me for comment.
Ms. Kochelecek, do you know what he's doing?
We have not looked at that.
Ms. Olson?
No.
Does anybody here know what they're doing? Does anybody know what kind of keystrokes changes they're making and they're permanent? Does anybody know what their backgrounds are? Does anybody know what they're doing with the information that they have and how they're using it? I agree with my colleagues who noted before that Mr. Littlejohn, who disclosed this information, is a criminal and deserves to be in jail, and I'm happy that he's been prosecuted. And anybody who has violated 6103 that takes private data and shares it with other people should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. We in Congress have an obligation as an equal branch of government to monitor what's going on right now. We're all for finding cost efficiencies. I know Mr. Bean, for example, has the DOGE committee. That's a great thing for us to look for efficiencies, to root out waste, fraud, and abuse. But there's a pesky thing called the United States Constitution, and it has the responsibilities of the United States Congress and the oversight and power of the purse. I yield back, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Does anyone know what the fuck he's doing? I don't even know if he knows what he's doing.
I don't believe Elon knows what he's doing. I'm going to tell you why I say this. Because they fired people that we actually need. We need the CDC. They fired the people at the CDC. They fired people that work over aviation, and all these planes are falling from the sky. Now they want the people to come back to work. Elon, you caused all of this. And now they don't even have the information, y'all, the context for the people to come back to work. Can y'all believe that? America is looking like it's a projects in the hood somewhere. America looks so ghetto right now. It's not a good look. We are more than what they're putting out. We are better than Donald Trump and Elon Musk. They have our country looking like it's the projects in the trailer park, the ghetto, the prison cell where Donald Trump and Elon needs to go. They have us out here looking bad in front of other countries. They used to look at us as a number one country. No one is looking at America as number one anymore, and that's embarrassing. People are leaving our country. Not talking about the people he's hauling off to concentration camps. People that been here all their life have started moving away from America. They are ashamed of what is going on in the Oval Office. Donald Trump is allowing Elon Musk to run the Oval Office. He gets in there and he allowed Elon to talk instead of himself. At that interview, Elon was doing the talking. He's not the president of the United States. He could never be. Now because DOGE is looking bad, you want to say Elon is just a patriot. A patriot is not allowed to work in the Oval Office. A patriot is not allowed to overstand Congress. Congress carries the purse, but you have allowed Elon Musk to carry the American purse, and he's taking it from people that need their funding, people that paid into the system. Elon has not paid into the system. The billionaires are not paying their taxes fairly. No, they don't. No, they don't. They do not know what they're doing. And John Dog, if you don't like me talking, you can leave, baby. This is my channel. This is my show. Leave. You would not be missed. Poof, be gone. Maggot. And this is Elon. He's mad because South Africa doesn't want anything to do with him. So I'm going to read this to you guys. They don't want him, but we're letting him run the country. And that's what's crazy. The South Africans don't want him, but we're all allowing this maggot to run our country. And what's being said, South African government has suspended discussions to give Elon Musk Starlink a license to operate in South Africa. They actually have banned him. They do not want him there. The government accuses him of having progressive and racist views. And Jimmy Crack Corn, he has racist views because they thought DEI was meaning just black people. But the black people had an education, so they can go to anywhere and get another job. The people Trump is replacing those people with, they don't have the education, and everything is a ruckus right now. It reminds me of trying to survival. That's what it's reminding me of right now. More on Elon and DOGE. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all.
The DOGE case, Judge Tanya Chutkan has just denied the request of Democratic state attorneys general for a restraining order against Elon Musk and
hit the like
DOGE.
button, please.
This means that DOGE will be able to continue to operate. Chutkan said that the evidence of immediate and irreparable harm currently falls short, even if DOGE has caused uncertainty and alarm in the states. Chutkan writes, quote, "The court is aware that DOGE's unpredictable actions have resulted in considerable uncertainty and confusion for plaintiffs and many of their agencies and residents. But the possibility that defendants may take actions that irreparably harm plaintiffs is not enough." Chutkan added, quote, "Plaintiffs legitimately call into question what appears to be the unchecked authority of an unelected individual and an entity that was not created by Congress and over which it has no oversight. In these circumstances, it must be indisputable that this court acts within the bounds of its authority. Accordingly," Judge Chutkan says, "it cannot issue a temporary restraining order, especially one as wide-ranging as plaintiffs request, without clear evidence of imminent irreparable harm to these plaintiffs. The current record does not meet that standard." While this is not the news that many have hoped for, it is certainly not the end of this story. You know, we're going to be following this every step of the way, so make sure you're following our account right now and add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify so you get all the news. We've got a major update in the DOGE case, Judge.
So now a different judge has approved of DOGE doing what they have been doing. No one is protecting us. What about us, the citizens? No one is protecting the citizens. And that's scary. Very. And this is where your tax dollars going.
There's just the back end of it. Heading up to Daytona for the 500. Suit and ties, beautiful day. Hope the rain stays out. But you guys, first time Air Force One, the president is about to get here, so we're going to get on. Get rolling on Daytona. About 30 minute flight, 25-minute flight. It's going to be great. Hope it doesn't got to do something. All right, you get better. All right, so those.
This is where the tax dollars going. This is the fraud. They was looking for fraud on the Dems part. The fraud is the Republican MAGA party. Why are they taking our hard-earned tax dollars, paying for them to go to Daytona 500? Really? This is actually where they was doing their march, which I won't be getting out there. The Black women are no longer getting out there. We're gonna rest. We're gonna do what we need to do from our homes, but we're not getting out there marching ever again. And as you all know, Donald Trump is gonna give cops immunity. So why would we get out there? We'll be the first people they target. We're not putting ourselves in jeopardy anymore. Not that we don't love everybody, we're just not going to put ourselves in jeopardy. We have children and loved ones, just like everyone else. And Queen Till, my moderator, says in the 4 weeks that Trump has been in office, he has spent $1.7 million on his golf. Oh, Till, you ain't never lied. That's wasteful spending. But they take away the Social Security and the Medicaid and Medicare from the elderly. And they took away from the Children's Council funding. The funding for children that have cancer, they took it. And that's supposed to be a patriot? Elon, you need to look up being a patriot then. Look that definition up. But you're not from this country. Go back. Oh, I forgot South Africa doesn't want you.
All right, let me see if I got it straight. It's governmental waste to do cancer research or feed starving people across the globe or to pay park rangers at our national forest. But it's not governmental waste to spend upwards of $20 million of taxpayer money to send the president to the Super Bowl and then a NASCAR race. Does that sound about right to you? All right, let me see if I got it straight. It's governmental waste to do cancer research or feed starving people across the globe or to pay park rangers at our national forest. But it's not governmental waste to spend upwards of $20 million of taxpayer money to send the president to the Super Bowl and then a NASCAR race. Does that sound about right to you?
My love, beloved, that's about right. Because that's what's happening. And not only did he take himself to the Super Bowl and to Daytona 500, he paid for other people to go. That's millions of dollars, y'all. 18 million for the Super Bowl and a couple million for Daytona 500. Really? But the American people, we can't get anything. They take from us, but they call us bottom feeders. I call Donald Trump, Elon Musk, jdvance, crabs in the bucket.
All right, y'all, so check this out. It has officially been reported that there have been 87 plane crashes this year alone. We're only in February, and it has already been recorded and reported 87 plane crashes. Now, my question to you is, are you still continuing to fly this year? Or are you going to change up your routine and drive or take a bus or take a train? What are your thoughts? I just want to know, are you flying this year or are you just only driving or what? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
Y'all, right now, I'm scared to get on a plane. I'm very scared to get on a plane. And I know I'm not the only one. Donald Trump said yesterday that it is President Joe Biden's fault. He claimed only been in office 3 weeks. No, buddy, it's 4 weeks now. A month. And you are a complete F-up. Your own mother said you was an idiot. She never did. She never lied. America, we in trouble. He shut down the CDC, fired people from the CDC, changed the websites to all our government stuff, shut down your bank protection. You would no longer be protected by your, if your bank takes some money from you and they shouldn't, ain't nothing you can do. Nothing we can do. This is America.
Some big news right now. The Trump administration is now claiming that Elon Musk is neither the acting head of DOGE, nor is he even a member of DOGE, and instead is just a, quote, senior advisor to the president. So in a new filing tonight, Joshua Fisher, who's the director of the Office of Administration, signed a sworn affidavit filed in a case involving Elon Musk's capacity to engage in DOGE activities in front of Judge Chutkan, where he said, quote, the U.S. DOGE service is a component of the executive office of the president. The DOGE service temporary organization is within the DOGE service. Both are separate from the White House office. Musk is an employee in the White House office. He is not an employee of the U.S. DOGE service
Queen
or U.S. DOGE service temporary organization. Musk is not the U.S. DOGE service administrator. He further writes that Musk is a senior advisor to the president, and as a senior advisor, he has no actual or formal authority to make government decisions himself. That is literally in an affidavit sworn under the penalty of perjury filed in court. This is a very interesting development.
But y'all, that is just crazy because he just said that Elon is a patriot. He doesn't work for DOGE. Now, make your mind up, Donnie. Is he your advisor or does he work for DOGE? Or he's a patriot? He's not a patriot. Look at the definition of a patriot.
Some breaking news right now. The U.S. Department of Agriculture just released a statement where it said that it accidentally fired a number of employees over the weekend who were working on bird flu response and bird flu outbreak related stuff. A new statement released by the agency says, quote, although several positions supporting avian flu were notified of their terminations over the weekend, we were working to swiftly rectify the situation and rescind those letters. They fired people working on bird flu support, and now they want to get them back. The National Nuclear Security Administration did something similar. They fired a bunch of nuclear analysts, and when they realized what their mission was, well, they tried to get them back. This all according to NBC News. I'm going to do a full breakdown of this.
Excuse me a moment, y'all. Harold Godwin's son, if you're a child, get off my channel because I set my channel that children cannot come on. I have it where it says no children. So leave. Block this young man. The child is only 9 years old. I don't want no problem with you two. Because I said it where there's no children to be on my channel. So since he's claiming to be a child, get on the channel right now. Harold Godwin's son. He says, Ohio Liberty Man. Bro, I'm a 9-year-old. Moderators, remove that person. He is a child. Remove. Let me see if I can do it. I done it. I removed because that's a child. See, and then this is the thing what I learned about MAGA people that come in my chat. It may not even be a child. It could be a grown-up doing that, saying they're a child just to have my channel shut down. That's how evil some racist people are. They wasn't raised right. They was not raised with love. They was not raised with the true love of God. And because of that, they want to cause ruckus in my chat. Come and wreck my whole channel. Leave if you come to start trouble. I'm on here to spread what we need to hear. We need to know what's going on in that White House. We need to know what's been taken from us, our rights, etc.
White House kicks the AP out of the Oval Office, off of Air Force One. It has a major impact on the information that people are receiving around this country. And I just don't think it's something that should be it should just be tolerated at this point. I think that the AP should look at whether or not they should sue the administration. I think the AP needs to, look at other options in terms of what can be done. And I think the rest of the press corps needs to start giving some serious consideration to whether or not it's worth, sending everybody into the Oval Office, sending everybody on Air Force One, sending everybody into the briefing room. And I know that some of my friends over there at the White House press corps will say, hang on a second, how are we supposed to cover this guy? I understand that. It's difficult if we're not there. But, you know, I do think for a moment, let the American people out there see this image of this aspiring autocrat in the Oval Office surrounded by just his propaganda outlets and right-wing hacks. That's not a good look for him. And I'll tell you something else about Donald Trump, Ben. He cares about having those cameras on him more than just about anything else in the world. If the press were to take those cameras away for a day or two, I think that there would be a lesson learned on his part. I think he would say, okay, maybe I ought to rethink this idea of kicking the Associated Press out of there if I can't have the cameras with me. And so I definitely think, you know, more can be done. I'm not saying a boycott tomorrow. I'm not saying anything drastic like that. But I do think some serious consideration needs to be given to, you know, doing a bit more to stand up for our friends at the Associated Press because they're such a valuable institution.
Please subscribe to Midas Touch Network. I feel, this is what I feel about this whole thing with the press and the Oval Office, how Trump only let people that's going to come in there and kiss his ring. Press, stop going to him. You're making the monster a bigger monster. Bad guys love attention. The con artists love attention. So, press, don't go to his office anymore. He will be so miserable because Donald Trump yearns for attention. He's worse than a woman. His actions is like a female. He whines a lot, complains. They're picking on me. No, Dunny, we're telling you what you're doing and you don't like it. Felon.
Some news, America's top food safety official just quit, warning that Donald Trump is putting all of us at risk. Jim Jones, who's the head of the FDA's food safety division, resigned on Monday, calling Trump's mass firings of 89 staffers indiscriminate and a disaster for public health. In a letter to the acting FDA commissioner, Jones said that keeping the job would be fruitless because the firings gut the agency's ability to ensure food safety. Among those who were let go, well, experts who test food for dangerous ingredients, specialists in infant formula, and investigators who helped trace last year's lead poisoning cases in children to tainted applesauce. Jones is making a very clear warning here that Trump is sabotaging food safety and we are all at risk. We're going to be following this story and so much more, so make sure you're following our account right now. Also, add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify for all the news. We got some news, America's top
Subscribe to Midas Touch Network. As y'all know, before the 15th came, I told y'all about don't buy any chicken, don't eat any chicken. Donald Trump held that back from the people like he did with COVID. But I know somebody that worked for the CDC, and that's how I had the information before it was out. He is putting the American people at risk again. Donald Trump don't care about you. He doesn't care about me. He cares about fattening his pockets. And his top, Elon Musk, because down at the bottom, is the same way. And you want to know who's running that Oval Office? Putin, Elon, his son X. The Dunny's at the bottom. And you want to know why I put Dunny at the bottom? Because they allowed that little boy X, I call Damien, to disrespect the man of the Oval Office. We're in trouble. Juju, thank you, Queen. Hello, King Max. Sunrises said, laugh out loud. Queen Serenity, he doesn't even take a salary. That's not true. Donald Trump gets paid a salary. When he went to the Super Bowl, getting on that Air Force One, all that, girl, Donald Trump ain't doing anything for free. Don't fool yourself. How do you think he got those 34 felonies? Because he's greedy. It runs in his bloodline.
I'm offended by that image.
Mr. Musk says it's a Roman salute, so why are you offended?
He's going to get in trouble for this. You haven't got his permission. So fuck off. If I see that online, I will be suing you.
What do you think it is?
Every educated people know this. This one is
It's interesting our sales, Tesla sales are going down a little bit, but I don't know why.
I'm offended by that image.
It's a must because it's a Roman salute, so why are you offended?
He's going to get in trouble for this. You haven't got his permission. So fuck off if I see that online.
It's so humorous to me. Y'all said Elon wasn't doing anything wrong when he did that Hitler salute. But when people display it, don't do that. Why? He did it. We saw it with our own eyes. So why tell someone not to show what Elon has done? He is the enemy. And you remember Trump said the enemy within? The enemy within is in the Oval Office. And I give you to May, we're going to be in the worst conditions we have ever been in. This country is going to fall so bad to its knees. We don't own America anymore. Putin does. So get ready for the worst times to come.
We got some breaking news. A federal judge just reinstated the chair of the Merit Systems Protection Board, ruling that Donald Trump's firing of her was illegal. The federal judge ordered that Kathy Harris, who chaired the independent agency that protects federal employees and the merit system from political interference and other prohibited personnel practices, be immediately reinstated to her position. This decision delivers a sharp legal blow to Trump, affirming that his removal of Harris exceeded his presidential authority. Harris was appointed in 2022 to a 7-year term. That term was protected by federal law, which only allows removal for cause. Trump's abrupt dismissal violated those protections, the court found. And with this ruling, Harris now returns to her post, and thankfully the courts have stepped in yet again to be a check on Trump's attempt to exercise unlimited power. I'm going to be bringing you all the updates, so make sure you're following our account for more, and also add the Midas Touch podcast, now the #1 podcast in the United States, on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. We got some breaking news. A federal
They're doing a lot of firing, but they haven't found anybody to replace the people that they're firing. It doesn't make sense at all. We need those agencies. I never heard anybody letting people go from a job and don't have somebody to replace them soon. Most jobs have a backup. If they plan on letting somebody go, trust me, they have somebody to replace. So once we impeach Trump, we got to get JD out of there too. Hopefully they have somebody in place. And I would love for VP Kamala Harris to come sit in her Oval Office where she belongs. So these are the serious air incidents since Trump has taken office. January 29th, the DC crash. January 31st, Philly Learjet crash. February the 5th, Seattle runway collision. February the 6th, Nome, Alaska air crash. February 10th, Scottsdale, Arizona plane crash. February 12th, San Diego Navy jet crash. February the 16th, Covington, Georgia plane crash. I used to work on at a TV studio down there in Covington, Georgia. Okay, so let me show you what I was just reading. And I blame it all on Donny Boy and Elon. It's their fault. Elon, Starlink, and all. So Trump begins firing of the FAA air traffic control staff just weeks after fatal DC plane crash. Why would you fire when we need those people? We have had so many plane crashes. Since 2025, there has been 87 crashes. 87 plane and jet incidents.
News right now coming out of Toronto, there has been yet another plane crash, this time involving a Delta plane traveling to Toronto from Minneapolis. This is the first image from the Toronto airport. It looks as though the plane was landed upside down. According to a statement from Toronto's airport, Toronto Pearson is aware of an incident upon landing involving a Delta Airlines flight arriving from Minneapolis. Emergency teams are responding. All passengers and crew are accounted for. That is a new statement that was released. It looks like the plane landed upside down or skidded off or something happened. We don't really know. This was a Delta CRJ 900. Details are really scant right now. We don't know whether there are any casualties. Hopefully there are none. Hopefully everyone was able to exit safely. I'm going to do a full breakdown of this and more on my Substack shortly.
I guarantee you, is VP Kamala Harris, if VP Kamala Harris was in that Oval Office, everything would be ran smooth. We would not have people not receiving their benefits. We would not have all this aviation problems with planes crashing. No.
Drop it. Come on.
None of this would be happening if VP Kamala Harris was our president. But no, you want a criminal, a felon to be your president. And you're proud of it.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Everything, drop it. Come on.
This is our reality. This is not AI. This is real. So I'm going to show y'all something about history because, you know, it's Black History Month. We only have a couple more days of Black History Month. I am a Black female, born female. Although y'all like to put in my chat that I'm a man, honey, I don't birth the baby out of this beautiful flower. Born female. I have no problem with transsexuals. That as long as their heart is beautiful, I don't care. But I'm born female, 51 years old. I have a daughter, 32.
Bookbinding in Ethiopia. The cover, wooden board cover, as you see, everything is made at home. So, this is 15th century manuscripts. Sometimes, it's amazing that,
the original Bible.
The 15th century, where they, aware of color, all the saints, even the Virgin, is painted black. Today, even today, we don't find such paintings in churches. Always, a bright color, not black color. So it has to be studied very, very well. This type of documents. Look, even the evangelist. This is Matthew.
Hold on, let me read this. Vision Headshot said, you lost me at Black History Month. It is Black History Month. It always has been. And if you don't like it, you don't have to stay in my chat. I'm a Black woman that you come over here and listen to daily. I don't have a problem with you being white, Hispanic, whatever you are. Irish, I don't have a problem with it. So I am a Black woman. It's Black History Month. And I try to celebrate it daily till this is over. But for now, I'm just going to celebrate it every day since you bothered.
Bookbinding in Ethiopia. The cover.
Hit the like button, please.
As you see, everything is made at home. So, this is 15th century manuscripts. Sometimes, it's amazing that, people in the 15th century, where they, aware of color, all the saints, even the Virgin, is painted black. Today, even today, we don't find such paintings in churches. Always, a bright color, not black color. So it has to be studied very, very well. This type of documents. Look, even the evangelist. This is Matthew. And the harag or the decorations. All this,
That is our Black History segment for today. I hope it didn't bother you and make you tickle in your panties. I'm sorry if it did. I learned about your history in school, so why can't I learn about my own? It's my channel. I love you.
Get all my loans forgiven. And so are you. Because whoever thought it was a good idea for Elon Musk to be at the Department of Education, locking the doors, running all around with access to my information, my sensitive private information, I feel violated. I think you violated FERPA, and I'm filing a complaint. Elon Musk being around our sensitive private information is a definite breach of data and a violation of FERPA. FERPA is a federal law protecting the privacy of student education records. And those rights under FERPA include privacy of educational records, access to those records, and control over information sharing. All of our financial aid data, including your children's financial aid data, was accessed without our prior authorization. So here's what we should do. We're going to contact the Department of Education. We're going to file a complaint. We're also going to file a FERPA complaint with the U.S. Department of Education's Family Policy Compliance Office. We're going to report a data breach, and we're going to request student loan relief. Other potential FERPA violations also include the following: unauthorized access or sharing of our records and your children's records. There has been failure to provide us with access to our own records, and data breaches involving protected student information. I'm currently drafting a letter, and I'm filing a complaint. And I might start a lawsuit too. You should write your letter too and address it to the Student Privacy Policy Office. Writing a letter, I'm drafting a complaint for the immediate discharge and withdrawal of my student loans, my husband's student loans, and any leftover loans that my kids might have. Y'all need to sit down and write your letter and file your complaint today. I'm about to get all my loans for.
I hope y'all rewind and go back and get the information. We all need to do that because Elon has put us in jeopardy. He violated us.
Another airplane disaster has happened on Trump's watch. This happened just days after they fired hundreds of FAA employees and just weeks after that deadly plane collision in Washington, D.C., where 67 people died. Now, someone needs to figure out what's going on. He's blaming DEI. It's happening on his watch. And he apparently claims to have all the best people. Well, this didn't happen under Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg, so what gives? Another airplane disaster has happened.
But let Donnie tell it. It is President Joe Biden's fault. No, Donnie, it's on your watch. And I recall the little X said, "You're not the president. Go away." Boy, I wish Donnie could just go away. jdvance and Elon too. Go away. So him and Trump, Elon and Trump, should be removed from the office. That's in my opinion.
Things are heating up in New York, and it is not looking good for Mayor Eric Adams. Those mass resignations of the 4 deputy mayors earlier Monday have sent shockwaves through the city. We're now hearing about moves being made behind the scenes that could ultimately result in Adams being removed from office. That is, if he does not resign first. The New York City Council comptroller released a statement saying that in light of the resignations, he is demanding Mayor Adams provide a contingency plan with how he plans to run the government, like without any people, or he will seek to convene a meeting of the Inability Committee. An Inability Committee is a committee of 5 members that could vote on ousting Adams from his position. And meanwhile, you have Governor Hochul releasing a statement saying, quote, "The alleged conduct at City Hall that has been reported over the past 2 weeks is troubling and cannot be ignored. Tomorrow, I have asked key leaders to meet me at my Manhattan office for a conversation about the path forward." One thing is for certain, there's going to be plenty more updates on this story, so be sure you're following us to stay up to date. Oh, and add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Things are heating up in New York. And
subscribe to Midas Touch Network. I love that channel. Hold on. Whoa, hold on, y'all.
Drop it. Come on.
This is serious. This is under Donald Trump's watch.
Holy fuck.
Elon, It's his fault. JD Vance and Donald Trump, the three stooges' fault. This is America under Donald Trump. Life under Trump, part 74.
Oh my God.
This is America under Donald Trump.
Everything, drop it. Come on.
I thank God those people are safe.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Could you even imagine that happening to you and you're on a plane? I can't. I would be so afraid, y'all. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Be a fence and a vessel.
News right now, according to the Washington Post, a top Social Security official has officially exited her job as acting Social Security administrator over a clash with Elon Musk and DOGE's access to sensitive documents within the Social Security Administration. Michelle King, according to the Washington Post, spent several decades at the agency, was the acting Social Security administrator when she left her job abruptly over the weekend because of a clash she had with DOGE officials.
Thank you,
Social Security
Queen
Administration,
Tim.
for context, according to the Washington Post, is set to manage payments for more than 70 million Americans for pensions and other stuff, and has troves of American personal data, including addresses, names, social security numbers, and so much more. And while DOGE tried to gain access to sensitive sensitive social security data, and apparently Michelle King, the acting director, essentially didn't want that to happen, and she resigned as a result. I'll do a full breakdown of this and more on my Substack, so be sure to subscribe for the link in my bio.
I guess she didn't get Elon a chance to try to fire her or force her to resign like they have done a lot of people. She just said deuces. I love this woman, Claudia Sheinbaum, president. Let me respect her. President Claudia Sheinbaum.
Sheinbaum just changed the rules. No more easy entry for Americans into Mexico. If they want in, they need a visa. No exceptions. For years, Mexicans have had to apply for visas, go through interviews, pay fees, and prove they deserve a trip to the U.S. Meanwhile, Americans could just hop on a plane, flash their passport, and that's it. But guess what? That era is over. Mexico is done with the double standards. If we have to go through a process, they will too. That's called fairness. This isn't about revenge. It's about respect. They expect us to follow strict immigration rules? Fine. But now they'll have to follow ours too. So, if you're American and planning a trip to Mexico, get ready to apply for a visa. No more walk right in treatment. You want to visit? Follow the process. Some will say, oh no, this will hurt tourism. Guess what? Mexico doesn't need to beg for visitors. We have the best food, the best beaches, the best culture. If they want to come, they'll do what we've been doing for years, applying for a visa. Mexico is standing up. Visitors will discover that Mexico is a treasure trove of experiences, each city bursting with life, culture, and history. Claudia Sheinbaum just changed the rules. No more easy entry for Americans into.
Donald Trump has made a total mess for America. I love going to Mexico. I love it. The people are good-hearted people, but he paints everybody else to be bad people because they're not Caucasians. There are bad places in Mexico. Yeah, there's bad places in America. I have never been abused in any form by any Mexican, but yes, I have by Caucasian men and Black men. Never had a problem with any other race, but we bash other people that come from other places when we're not the best of people ourselves. And right now, America is not number one. We love this country, but we're not number one anymore. And no one respects us.
Back in 2024, the FAA wanted to fine SpaceX $633,000 for alleged safety violations during 2 Florida launches. Well, that's over because the Washington Post is reporting apparently the team from Musk's SpaceX showed up at Air Traffic Control Center and they are reviewing the entire system. Sean Duffy announcing that he's the transportation secretary right after they laid off roughly 400 probationary employees. The reporting says a team will help envision ways to overhaul the nation's aging air traffic control systems. So what about that big $633,000 fine for allegedly violating safety procedures on launches? Well, officials did not respond to questions about that and about what air traffic control expertise SpaceX could bring to bear. So I guess all is well now?
I don't think all is well. Because even his own SpaceX thing, he shot them up in the sky. They crashed. So why do we trust anything that Elon does? Those cars are junk. People are selling the Teslas right now because they hate him. Tesla stock has plummeted. But it doesn't hurt him because he's getting funding for the American people, the American funding, the government. He's a welfare baby.
Are you ready for this one? So the White House is now trying to claim in court that Elon Musk actually has no authority over DOGE, that he's not a part of DOGE whatsoever, and that he has no decision-making power at all in the White House. So this is all coming out right now as part of the lawsuit that was filed by the state of New Mexico, as well as multiple other states, challenging Elon Musk's authority to be making these decisions as part of DOGE. And so as we await a decision from Judge Chutkan, this was filed in court today, a declaration of Joshua Fisher. He says, I, Joshua Fisher, declare under penalty of perjury as follows. I make these statements based on personal knowledge and knowledge obtained in the course of my official duties. I'm the director of the Office of Administration. I've held that position since January 20th, 2025. In my capacity, I'm personally involved in the appointment of special government employees. I have personal knowledge of Mr. Elon Musk's employment status with the federal government. Mr. Musk is an employee of the White House office. He holds that position as a non-career special government employee, or SGE. In that job, Mr. Musk is a senior advisor to the president. It is not uncommon for the president to have senior advisors who are SGEs. For instance, Anita Dunn was an influential senior advisor to President Biden while serving as an SGE. In his role as a senior advisor to the president, Mr. Musk has no greater authority than other senior White House advisors. Like other senior White House advisors, Mr. Musk has no actual or formal authority to make government decisions himself. Mr. Musk can only advise the president and communicate the president's directives. Then he says that DOGE is separate from the White House office and that Mr. Musk is an employee in the White House office, but not an employee of DOGE. So this right here flies in the face of, first off, common sense, everything that we've seen with our own eyes and all the decisions that we've seen Elon Musk make. Also, it flies completely in the face of what Elon Musk and Donald Trump have presented Elon Musk's role to be. I wanted to make sure that you saw the schemes that they are trying to pull right now, because they are clearly a little worried about this lawsuit, and I think they're worried about all these other lawsuits because Elon Musk is acting like a rogue executive right now. We're going to be following this and so much more, so make sure you're following our account to stay up to date on everything. So are you ready for this one? So the White House...
Elon and Trump going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to prison. Clink, clink. Locked up. They're going bye-bye, y'all. I don't care what y'all tell me. This is not going to work in their favor. And as I've told y'all, Donald Trump will not have a good 2025. Soon as he hit the floor of the Oval Office again, it has been bad. Nothing about him being in the Oval Office a second term hasn't been good. It's been bad the whole time. It's only going to get worse for him. The more he try to make it worse for the American people, it is going to get worse for him. Donald Trump is a loser that has 34 felonies. And Elon Musk is a baby daddy of 13 kids and different women. Just like Donald Trump has kids with 3 different women. He's a ho, 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 and a Merry Christmas. But that's who MAGA look up to. While we have the great Michelle Obama and President Joe Biden, we have Barack Obama, Michelle Obama. Her kids, Michelle Obama, 1 baby daddy. President Barack Obama, 1 woman with kids. Donald Trump has 3 baby mamas. Elon Musk got about 4 or 5 or 6. That's embarrassing. And they like to call a woman a ho, ho, ho. No, those are ho, ho, ho's in a Merry Christmas all day long. They nasty. Sticking it with different women. Bobbing and weaving like it ain't nothing. Just trailer park trash. So this is Elon Musk messing with your money with the IRS. The IRS to lay off up to 15,000 employees during tax season amid Elon Musk's DOGE cuts. That's messing with your money. Your money will be delayed. I'll never get any money back. But your money will be delayed, y'all. If you're getting any money, it will be delayed. You can thank the gremlin, the alien, the one that got hair plugs, had a lot of facial work done, the top in the relationship with Donald Trump and Elon Musk. I'm going to refresh your memory again with this before I get off here. Look what Donald Trump has done. This is Donnie and Elon's handprints all over it. Their blood, if any blood was shed, it's on Elon and Donald Trump. America, we are in trouble. We can't even get on planes anymore. They fired people over aviation. We need those people to travel.
Fire department's on site. Upside down. Everybody, most people appear to be okay. We're all getting off. Some smoke going on. We're in Toronto.
Let me tell you something. Delta is one of the best flights you can take. And for this to be happening, this is bad. This is just terrible, Donnie, on your watch. You are a danger to the American people. And your patriot, Elon Musk, is a danger that needs to leave our country. Impeach Trump and throw Elon and jdvance in the trash.
So, apparently, there is some large conservative creator, Jeffrey Mead, hello, Jeffrey, who is much larger than me, over 500,000 followers, took my video where I said what DOGE is doing to spending is illegal, which it is, and basically mocked me and told me what a liar I was. But the only problem is that I have the receipts and I can prove it. There are only two ways that the president can stop congressionally appropriated funds from going out the door. One is through something called deferrals, which is where they save money to be able to be used for natural disasters and things like that, and that is generally not a controversial thing. The other way is rescissions, and that is what they are arguing they're doing now, but the problem is Congress has to approve those rescissions, and they have not. And in fact, the Supreme Court has actually ruled on this one time, which back in the mid-'70s, the feds tried to withhold funds from New York City, and the Supreme Court said, no. And if you want to see a mainstream news source talking about this, NewsHour's Instagram account has a whole thing on it right now. You can go check it out. But Jeffrey, I am now going to be waiting for your video where you apologize.
And to talk about natural disasters, we had floods in Kentucky, here in Georgia, and other states as well. Whoa. Donald Trump cut the funding from FEMA. So those people cannot, if there any damage to their homes, there's nothing that can be done. Nothing. They cut the funding for FEMA. And where does the money go? In those oligarchies' pockets, their bank account. Those billionaires' pockets, their bank accounts. And their family live very well, while the people suffer. Do y'all like paying MAGA? Do y'all like paying higher prices when he promised that the price of food will go down? He promised you that, but it has not, MAGA. He lied in your face because he do not respect you. You're not a billionaire or a millionaire. You nothing to him. Absolutely nothing. We wouldn't have that problem if we had VP Kamalaharris because she cared about the people. She wanted to see us prosper like God would have us to prosper.
So when I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one. We will end Kamala's war on American energy, and we will drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill. So
let me start that over for you, because then he said day one the prices would go down. Day one, the prices have just went up in 4 weeks with Danny Boy being in office. He is crashing America. The stock market will crash. A lot of stock has plummeted because of this man. His own coin crashed. Melania coin crashed. Even the people he gave those stupid meme coins to, no good. But he got rich off of it. But the people that bought into it, no. Let me play this for you again.
So when I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one. We will end Kamala's war on American energy, and we will drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill.
All he drilling right now is your pockets. All Danny Boy drilling right now is the American people pockets. He don't care about you.
What's your egg prices? It reached an all-time high.
It was a long, before I ever got here, it was at an all-time. This thing's, I remember I've been here for 3 weeks. And when you saw the inflation numbers, I've been here for 3 weeks. I have had nothing to do with inflation. This was caused by Biden.
Biden. All he do is blame everybody else except himself.
But I'll tell you what.
This man is sick. Donald Trump is delusional. This is a sick man. He's been this way all his life. It didn't just happen. Although dementia could be setting in, but that narcissism in him is real. He doesn't care about the American people. We are drowning in more debt. His last presidency, he put us in $8 trillion of debt. This one is said to be up to $25 trillion of debt. We got to get him out of that Oval Office. We got to get Elon out of there, the patriot. We got to get jdvance out of there, the one that I don't believe love his wife, because he allowed people to talk about his wife's heritage, her being an Indian woman, her brown skin. Women, this is what you voted for. Caucasian women, that is what you voted for. Caucasian men, that is what you voted for. A liar, a felon. Hispanic, Latino, Cuban women, that is what you voted for. Your own demise? That's not wise. That man is what you voted for. That man promised to lower the price of food day one. Has it been done? No, it has not been done. Only thing has been done is more changes of the bad for the American people. That's what has happened. Our life has gotten worse instead of better. And that scam of a meme coin he did, the only person got rich from it was Donnie. It crashed. He got billions. And since Elon Musk has been in the Oval Office as your president, he has gotten billions of dollars richer, over $150 billion richer, including the funding from our American government. The money they're taking from our hardworking Americans that deserve it and put it in the work to get their Social Security that we pay into deserve their money. Children with cancer deserve treatment. Danny Boy didn't deserve to ride around Daytona 500. For what? To parade around that he's something great that he is not? He is a felon, an embarrassment to the American country. He should not took $18 million to go to a Super Bowl game. That's money that could have went to these people out here that need it. Danny don't need that. He claims he's a billionaire. Elon is a billionaire. His children have become billionaires. His daughter and her husband. Yes, off the backs of the American people. We should not settle for less. We should expect the best because this country should still be number one, but we are not. Thanks to what you voted into the Oval Office. He is the downfall of America. Donald Trump is the downfall of America. And as I stated before, and this is not a racist statement, the white man will destroy this country. Greed from their ancestors and their bloodline. Greed. Why don't they have the love of God in their heart? Doesn't he want to have a Bible made and changed up to make him look pleasant? And you bought that Bible that he changed up and add himself in there? Are you kidding me? He is not a noble man. That's why he never got the Nobel Bell Prize. He's an awful man. He's a dangerous man. Donald Trump is a danger to America. Y'all have a blessed evening. God bless, and I love y'all. Bye. See you tomorrow. Thank you.